Howdy, y'all. I'm Adam, the Renaissance Nerd. I love real Star Wars. Real Star Wars. It's a passion. It's a true passion of mine. It's all right there. I want to collect, protect, and preserve it in the hopes, and I know it's an unrealistic hope, in the hopes that someday a better custodian will come along and take it away from Disney, who will be forced to relinquish it for one reason or another. But that's a hope. It's not the reality we currently live in, and I'm disgusted by this reality. A reality where Disney, Star Wars, and Disney Lucasfilm care more about turning characters into sexual perversions of what they used to be. And I don't say that lightly when you consider the material I'm about to cover in this video. I don't say that lightly because I don't want to really talk about this, but this is where Disney Star Wars takes us. This is where they take us because this is where they want to go, because they only care about their virtue signaling SJW woke agenda. They don't care about telling good, thrilling, riveting stories. What they want to tell you is a story about how Obi-Wan is maybe bisexual. There you go. Young adult writer, and again, I use that term loosely, Kirsten White, puts out this book, Star Wars Padawan, a story where young Obi-Wan goes off on his own on an adventure and gets involved with a bunch of little teenagers on a planet of various species and genders. And at some point, running around with all these other teenagers, decides to question his sexuality. That's right, folks. Obi-Wan wonders if he's maybe gay. Maybe he likes to kiss a boy. Maybe he isn't sexual at all. Now, here, bounding into comics, they detail the section of this. You can see it right here. Here's the page where it comes from. It's only a page, but it's a page in a book geared towards children, supposedly. Or maybe written for a bunch of Pedros. See how I say it there? Pedros, also pun intended. Pedros, who may want to read about children testing out their sexuality with each other. This is sick. Putting this kind of material into a book where maybe you should just be reading a book of how Obi-Wan was tested in his ability to fend off the dark side on an adventure, all on his own, left to his own devices. No. We got to put it in there that a bunch of kids are all having sex with each other. Underage sex. And how Obi-Wan for a moment is tempted, but then, oh no, I must commit to the Jedi Order. Alluding to the fact that, oh, he could have gone either way, and maybe then he doesn't care about sex. When even though, as presented here in Bounding the Comics, even though I consider it just as annoying because it's Dave Filoni crap, Obi-Wan was alluded to in the Clone Wars to have a thing with the Duchess of Mandalore. And I consider that whole section of Filoni Wars to be crap fan fiction because it is. It destroyed Mandalorians, but that's a whole different video. Point is, they've already established in what is considered canon, even EU Real Star Wars canon, that Obi-Wan, he's heterosexual. Young go both ways. He had a thing, but he held it off because he kept his commitment to the Jedi Order. But no, right here, no, maybe he doesn't want to be with any of them. Or maybe he wants to kiss all of them. I mean, he wasn't going to kiss them regardless. Oh, but maybe, well, what's it hurt to think about it? This isn't something a child should be exposed to. This is agenda. This is the sick groomer agenda that Disney is pushing and continues to want to push. The not-so-secret alphabet community agenda by them, or alphabet mafia. Let's say that straight. The not-so-secret alphabet mafia agenda. But it doesn't end there, because remember, this happened last week. I wanted to talk about it last week, but I couldn't find a moment between all the Rings of Power and MCU crap that was going on. Leslie Headland, remember, a certain former assistant of a certain son of a bitch who abused many women, but she let it happen, but got out of it because she wrote a tell-all book or a play or whatever it was that basically said, I know where everybody's skeletons are, so you better leave me alone. Leslie Headland, please, Queen Kathy, give me a job. I want to just live in the world. I don't have a favorite Star Wars. I just want to live in the world of Star Wars. That Leslie Headland.
What an incredible smell you've discovered.
That stupid bitch, given the reins of a show, Acolyte, set at the end of the High Republic, hires this poor creature because she calls herself a lesbian, non-binary, intersectional feminist, Amanda Stenberg. How messed up in the head do you have to be by all this Hollywood woke nonsense to both call yourself lesbian and non-binary in the same sentence? When that's clearly oxymoronic, conflicting interests right there of what you're trying to identify and virtue signal as. And they're proud to push this in a Star Wars story. To quote Ms. Headland, in the same way that the original Star Wars film A New Hope is about a young man living in Modesto, California, who doesn't want to take over his dad's hardware store, there's just no way that me being a queer woman is not going to be reflected in my work. I could try not to do it, but why would I? It just feels like a natural extension of what I do. I think that because storytelling at its core is always going to come down to either the personal or emotional through line to your characters, your identity is important. And like I said, mine is just going to be in my work. Whether I'm explicitly dealing with it or not, it's always going to be there. Because that's all Disney, Lucasfilm, Disney Star Wars cares about. The agenda. They don't care about telling you a story in George Lucas's galaxy far, far away. They only care about force feeding you their woke agenda. It's just sick. It's disgusting. Whether it's this stealing all the fun, sucking the fun out of Star Wars with this kind of nonsense, putting this poor girl, if she calls herself a lesbian, I'm going to call her a girl. I'm not going to play your goddamn pronoun games. This poor girl who has turned herself into a lesbian, non-binary, intersectional feminist. Well, good. You might as well be lesbian because no man is probably ever going to want to touch you. And you talk like that and behave like that. Good luck being happy. On top of a Pedro-esque young adult novel. And again, I say that with disdain because I don't consider this stuff actual literature. These people who write young adult novels can't hack it in real fiction. They can't write for adults. They can only write for children who don't know any better, who can't critically assess how good or bad something is. But then that's the dangerous part, because they cannot critically assess when they're being fed propaganda, when they're being fed agenda-driven nonsense that at that age they should not even be considering or thinking about. When you're older and you can make decisions on your own, you can stick your wang wherever you want. You can kiss whoever you want. You can raw dog anybody you want any which way. That's your choice once you're an adult. But when you're a child, no. This is groomer shit. This is Pedro shit. This is disgusting. Should not be happening.
Will come out no more.
But I'm not going to pretend that this isn't here right now. That they're not steering children towards topics that they don't have any reason to look at. Disney's not so secret agenda on full display right here. Disney's not caring about telling you a good Star Wars story, only caring about telling you an agenda-driven story on display right here. Disney Star Wars, Disney Lucasfilm, they do not care about real Star Wars. They don't care about the characters. They don't care about the fans. They only care about pushing agenda. And that's sick and disgusting. F Disney Star Wars, F Disney Lucasfilm. All long live real Star Wars. Let us collect, protect, and preserve it on the hopes that someday a better custodian comes along. All right, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, a like would be very much appreciated. If you are new here, I invite you to subscribe to me right here on YouTube, where I'm here to earn your trust and support using facts and logic, because facts and logic Do not care about lying fifis. Hit the notification button, share my video if you like what I'm preaching, and by all means, leave a comment. Love to hear from you guys. Don't care what whiny stands and SJWs have to say, because 201 they are cowards, behind keyboards. But I do love to trigger them, and I really hope today's video does trigger them. Thank you again for watching this video. Take it easy. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me at therentnerd@gmail.com. That email's for channel business only, so I check it on a daily basis. Also, you can find me at the Geeks and Gamers forums under @ROAS, and you can find me at Rumble and Odyssey, The Renaissance Nerd. Thank you again. See you next time.